Hey guys, it's TF Nut. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another action figure review. This time it's going to be of the brand new Bandai Tamashii Nations S.H Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen Suguru Geto Tokyo Jujutsu High School version from Hidden Inventory Premature Death arc. Which honestly, in that short arc, I think Geto actually really shines as a character. The deeper stuff in that arc is really about him, and I'm glad that we have a figure of this version of Geto now to go along with last month's High School Gojo. I know some people are sick of hearing it, but I do think we need a Toji soon to go with these high school, hidden inventory figures. At this point, I really don't think that's ever going to happen at this point, honestly. Anyway, let's just go right into the box here. You do have the figure, the box, and the contents there. Bandai Namco, images on the side of Geto. It also says S.H Figuarts Suguru Geto, Tokyo Jujutsu High School, Jujutsu Kaisen, and a read-up of the S.H Figuarts line. Down here, you're going to get the Jujutsu Kaisen logo, as well as the Tamashii Nations quality sticker, the Tamashii Nations logo, and the Bandai logo. Now, on this side, like with a lot of the other S.H Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen stuff, you do have some square images showing off some different accessories and features with the figure here. Again, some of that same lettering, and a lot of nice yellow going on here, too. Suguru Geto and all that. Also, if my voice sounds raspy, I do apologize. I'm fighting off a sinus infection. This is just going to say Suguru Geto right there on this side. Not much going on there. On top, though, as you see here, just an image of him smiling. You do have Suguru Geto, Tokyo Jujutsu High School. Looking on the bottom, a different image right there. The more shocked face. And then we're going to take a look at the back of the packaging here. Some of the different posing and accessories being shown off here of this figure. Looking really nice. Option parts and all that. Simple style and heroic action. Down here, ages 15 and up, the Toho animation logo and a barcode in case you need that. Let's go ahead and get this figure out of the packaging. And here is Geto out of the packaging. I think that this is a really nice figure. I do think there's some things about this line, not just this figure, that they need to do a little bit differently. Mostly giving us some other effects other than hands and faces and all that. But, with what we do have here, it is a really nice figure. Let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories, then we'll take a close look at the figure. We do have the instruction manual included with this figure. It talks about the different accessories as well as how to use those different accessories. If I can find the PDF on Tamashii Nations' website, I will leave it down in the description below. So the figure comes packaged with the smiling expression as well as the fist. So let's talk about the stern expression. First of all, I really like all of these expressions, especially the paint and detailing on there. All of them are going to have very similar detailing with the hair here, the black paint, and then you do have a little bit of line work going on in the skull for that. Got this little piece that covers his face a little bit. It's a little bit actually, it's a softer plastic, but if you move it too much, it will probably break off. You have the earrings, really nice. The ears look really good. Now, one thing I want to mention, I feel like his eyes are a little too raised up on the printing here. And the reason why I say that is because, let me bring out the Suguru Geto right here. Let's bring that up. Yeah, you see that? Maybe his eyes are just slightly raised up a little too much. But I have them like right next to each other. Of course, this is going to be a little bit larger because he's a little bit older here. But, I mean, the actual printing on here is nice. I really like the detailings. The mouth color there is also really good. We have two different types of laughing expressions just to go over the difference. You have the more squinted eyes here, and then you have the raised eyebrows on the right. You can see that it's not as open in the mouth on the one on the right there, but you still have some really good separation of teeth and tongue going on. And then a little bit more of like a larger, laughing face. The smirk is a little bit like, raised up on the left side there. The printing on here, both these are really good. I really do wish we had that one expression when he was talking to Suguru on the phone where you're just like, really, dude? That would have been a hilarious expression to include. But we also have this expression where he's shocked, if you know what happens, of course. But, the mouth open here, honestly looking pretty nice, too. Again, teeth and tongue separation colors. All that looks really good. Printing on the eyes, once again. Like the pretty much everything with like the skin tones is also very consistent as well, from what I noticed. Okay, so just like with Gojo, we do have the pockets accessory where it basically covers the hip pieces. You just put them, you put these in the arm sockets and all that, the hand sockets I should say. Then you just cover the thigh pieces or the hip pieces to make it look like the You know, his hands in his pockets. And I think it could have been done way worse. I think they actually did a really good job with these overall. You see the detailing going on here with the, you know, just like the wrinkles on the pockets. You see the thumbs coming off there. That's what the inside looks like. So pretty nice. And then we do have these flat hands meant for, you know, different fighting poses. The skin tone's a little glossy. It's just molded in the skin tone. It doesn't look bad though. If I can get it a little bit closer, might be a little too bright to see. And I think there might be a speck on the ring finger right here. Not sure what's going on there. But fingernails are done pretty nicely actually. And that's what the palms look like too. Okay, and then we do have these more not really relaxed. They could be relaxed, but they're definitely meant for different types of posing, for different action poses. Again, skin tone is a little bit glossy here, but still looks really nice. We do have a cell phone accessory here. The detailing on this actual cell phone is really nice with the buttons, the screen right there. This phone is stuck into the hand, of course, if you see, as you see there, so you can't pop that out. And then we have a left hand for fighting poses with his fingers curled up like this, his palm flat, looking really nice. Really digging that they gave us this. And then last but not least, this is just one right hand, very open, expressive. I believe this is more for when he's absorbing curses. I just wish that we had kind of like the JJK Zero, you know, figure with some cursed energy effects, even if it wasn't that much. Now, I do want to show an image of the Suguru Geto from JJK Zero. That hand can actually sort of fit into the Geto figure that we just got here. It's a little bit of a loose fit, but it actually doesn't want to move around too much. Unlike how if you want to use the red technique hand from JJK Zero Gojo onto High School Gojo, that's not going to work at all. It's actually a little bit of a tighter fit this time around, but it's not 100% perfect. But hey, if you have the previous Geto and you get into the new Geto, you have a couple of swappable accessories. The face plates and heads are not swappable, unfortunately. So before I talk about the actual Geto figure, I do want to bring out Gojo here as a comparison. I can't tell you if there are parts reused from this or not. If anything, maybe the upper torso around the chest and neck, but it does seem like it's a little bit shorter, meaning the stomach on Gojo compared to Geto. I think there's less types of wrinkles here compared to here. There's a different type of wrinkle. So there's a chance there is some slight reuse, and there could be just completely new. I can't entirely tell right now. Me personally, if there is any reuse, I think it'd be fine if it was the two characters that are built kind of similar, wearing the same uniform. You know, not really that big of a complaint to me. These unique molds can get pretty expensive too, so I don't entirely mind the reuse, if there is any, you know. This smiling face here is pretty nice, very subtle, but also, you know, you can definitely tell that this is a nice smile he has here. Pretty on the eyes is really good again. I also like what we have with the earrings. Pretty decent lip color here. And the bun. And all that detailing the hair. I think there could be a little bit more prominent sculpt work for like the line work all around the head. But it's not too bad. That seam line is pretty apparent though. And it is pretty hard to pop this face off. I'm not going to do it right now. But also, and this is for the articulation section later, but some joints are a little tight, so just keep that in mind. This might be a little bit tight. Like right there, yeah, it's a little too tight. Neck piece here, again, don't know if that's being reused from Gojo. If so, I don't really mind entirely. Just a line down there. Everything else, you know, it's kind of like what we usually expect with this line. It's a lot of this type of molded plastic. I think a base coat, and then, you know, some areas have unique paint detailing, like the button right here. Everything else, though, it's just this one color. It's a little bit glossy looking, but it's mostly matte, of course. Just this light coming through here makes it a little bit glossy. But we also have some nice wrinkles here. The fists are pretty nice, too. These look pretty good. Maybe I might turn that brightness down a little bit. You know, they're just... I'm pretty sure we didn't get these fists with Gojo. Or, you know... I don't have Gojo's fists right now, so... I do believe that, let me bring out Gojo again. That little divot right there is unique compared to what we have with Gojo, of course. And it's kind of weird to see, but, you know, the butt flap section is a unique sculpt. Like everything else on the leg down, of course, is going to be a unique figure. Nice little line going all the way down here from, you know, the chest down to this softer plastic piece here. A lot of you are familiar with by now. If you know, this is a hard plastic piece. Sometimes it could rub up on the softer plastic. So just keep that in mind. And then, you know, we do have the sockets right here, which they did fill in some of the stuff here to make sure there's not a lot of gaps going on in here. Similar to Gojo. Pretty nice looking. Then we get down to the legs. Pretty decent sculpt work going on here. Again, there's not much else, you know, paint-wise going on. This hip section right here has decent, you know, sculpt work. I want to mention that, like with some other S.H. Figuarts I have in this particular line, you'll get some like weird glossy sections that shouldn't be on there, as if they're like defects a little bit. It's not the worst thing. It's not like it's miscolored or anything, but when the light hits it a certain way, you can see, you know, that happening. So sometimes it happens to these figures and it's a little weird. Then we get down to the legs here. Nice wrinkles. There's a little bit of texturing on the back here. We're really just detailing on the back of the knee joints, actually. And going here, is there any... No, it's mostly smooth in here, but we do have a little bit of wrinkle textures going on here. He has some pretty baggy pants, similar to how he is in the show, of course. And also his Zero look. And of course, you see the skinnier legs on Gojo right there. But these look good. I think they may have... I don't know if it's a seam line from the plastic or they tried to detail it. I think I kind of see a little bit of a line in somewhere. I don't know. Not really a complaint, it's just something I was noticing. Or I could be an idiot. And there's nothing there. Anyway, the top of the feet here. I don't know what these type of shoes are called. Where the toe is a little bit, like, big toe is separated a little bit from the rest of the toes. But they did this pretty well. You know, it doesn't break up too much in the articulation section there. You know, it doesn't break that sculpt up too much. And then we have the bottom here. Bottom of the feet. So, yeah. It's a bit of a, you know, simple approach. You just have the unique heads and faces and, you know, hands. And then I don't know, again, if things are reused from the previous Gojo on this guy here. But then everything, again, is in a base coat. But overall, everything on this, it looks really good. Pretty standard articulation with S.H. Figuarts. A ball joint going on in the head here and then into the neck. Allows for this type of range of motion. Swiveling is a little tight here. Yeah, I'm not going to mess with that too much. Back. And then forward. Like so. Move that out like that. You get some pretty decent arm going out there. But then you also have the butterfly joint kind of here. That's more like a ball joint there. You know, the more you move it, you'll get some gappage going on there. You could kind of shimmy it down a little bit here. So really decent range in the shoulder area. Upper arm swivel, double joint elbow. You do also have the hinge and swivel here for the hands. You can go up and down too. Ball joint here, ball joint here. So side to side, actually, you get more out of the top here, I believe. And that's the back motion. Let's hope I don't scratch anything up. That's the forward motion. Oh boy, yeah. Yeah, that could be better. Swiveling's not too bad. It's a little bit tight up here, but it's really good here. Legs can go forward like this. Back, ooh, yeah, that's not even possible. I have a feeling that if you try to push his back a lot, something could break. Like this particular back flap. You know, the split right here. Upper thigh swivel going on. Double jointed knee that bends pretty well. And then you get a swivel here. Down and up. Then you have the rocker and toe hinge. Measuring out the figure, we're getting pretty close to 15.5 centimeters from the top of the head, compared to if you want to get to like the bun that sits a little bit higher, you're getting it around 6.25 inches here. I believe the new Gojo is a little bit taller, but I can't tell exactly if the previous Geto is a little bit taller or the same height as the new one. And then with a standard size Marvel Legends and Black Series figure, you can see the height differences there, with Marvel Legends being a little bit taller, Black Series being a little bit shorter. So again, I apologize if my voice was a little raspy during this review. I'm fighting a sinus infection, but I wanted to get this review done this weekend because I'm going to get pretty busy soon. Overall, I am really digging this figure. I think they did a really great job with it. I don't think I like it as much as last month's Gojo, but I'm getting pretty close to it because this is still a really solid figure. Even if there is some type of reuse here that I can't confirm, it's still like an appropriate type of reuse. Like, it never looked bad before if it was reused. And if it's new, then, you know, I just can't entirely tell. But what is new here, like the legs and the head and all that, very cool stuff, especially the accessories. They're also very cool. You know, the different faces and different hands. I do wish that, you know, we got some effects pieces. The worm, you know, that's, hopefully we get that if we get a Toji. But, you know, some curse effects would be nice with some of these figures in this line. I know we got it with some characters like Itadori as well as Zero versions of Gojo and Geto, but I do hope that they kind of step it up and maybe, you know, give us some more curse effects in the future. Some actual curse spirits, like even small ones, would be nice too. An accessory pack would be really cool. But at this point, I'm digressing. Do I think you need to get this if you don't have Gojo? No. Honestly, if you're going to get the previous Gojo, you know, from a month ago, I should say, then you're going to want this. Some people may want to skip out on this one and just get the Gojo. Honestly, you might as well get both. And if you don't want to get, you know, Geto right away, maybe wait for a sale. But it's still a really nice figure. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below what you think about the figure, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there, and I'll see you guys later.